What if all your problems was someone else's fault? And I'm finna tell you exactly how to change it right now. Hey, I'm Jason, and we've been studying about success because we've been going through this month with the success puzzle with Bob Proctor's self-coaching program, and I've been walking you through it each day as I'm going through it and over my reflections over the lesson, and also just sharing with you some of the information that I'm learning, how I was using these secrets of the success puzzle, and I wasn't aware of it when I was in my weight loss journey and in other areas of my life. And hopefully that you'll be able to see, like, you'll start seeing, like, look, there's small areas of your life where you're having little successful wins on a daily basis, and you'll start putting that together to become successful in the bigger picture. And so, what if I did tell you it was someone else's fault that for all the problems that you're having in your life? Now, here's the catch. Now that you know that it's someone else's fault, you were right about it. You have to fix it. Because the truth is, we all were programmed to think. Power came back on here. So we all were programmed to think unsuccessful. And I'm going to share with you how that is. So just bear with me before you're like, oh, that's not true. No one taught me this. We've all been taught this, and we was not aware of what we were doing. And if you went to any public school system, you were taught this way. And so the thing is, we have to start changing our attitude. And if you remember from the self-study, attitude is defined as the composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions, which in turn produces our results. So if we're not successful or have successful actions, successful results in life, then that means we're not thinking successfully. Like, we weren't programmed to be successful. And so what does that really look like? Because it's easier said than done. A lot of people are like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right, Jason. I get you. I'm going to start thinking successful. But what does it really mean to think? So a thought is a picture. So you're actually thinking. Most of us have been taught to recall images. So we're living from a past situation. Like, I can go talk to most people right now today, like, hey, what do you think about network marketing if you're in the United States? And they'll bring up this past image of, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, this, and that. And it's not true, because they didn't know how to be successful in it. They didn't have the image of someone who's successful with it. So I guarantee you, like, they didn't have things like a daily call calendar. They didn't have a schedule. They didn't have actual designated hours or times to work their business. They probably didn't even know how many hours they were working their business, if they worked any hours towards it. Like, there's a lot of things that go into play. And a lot of times, because we've been taught to recall images instead of create images of the success that we want, this is why a lot of us are unsuccessful. So most of our problems are someone else's fault. But now, once you learn this information, it's no longer anyone else's fault. And so let me give you a prime example just with me. I remember when I used to go to the VA hospital, I was still 600 some pounds at this time, way overweight, obese. And they would always ask me, they'd be like, oh, I was doing a weight loss program. And it was like, so what do you want? Like, what do you want for your health? What do you want for your weight? And I remember vividly, I would just say, I don't want to be fat anymore. I don't want to be taking pain pills anymore. I don't want to have to use a CPAP machine anymore. And if you really listen to what I'm saying, I was saying I don't want the things that I want. That I don't want the things that I had. Like, I didn't say what I don't want. And really listen to this. Like, this is a different thing. Saying I don't want to be on a CPAP machine is nowhere near saying I want to be able to breathe freely at night. I want to be able to rest assured that I can breathe safely at night. Those are two different things, especially when you're talking about what you want. And to make it even more simpler, saying I don't want to be fat. Like, let's really break that down, because most people are going to be like, okay, nobody wants to be fat, Jason. But let's really break down what we're saying here. I don't want to be fat. Even today, standing in front of you right now, I am still fat. And before you be like, oh, you're just being hard on yourself, you're beating yourself up, I am fat standing in front of you today. Here is how. If I go to any doctor and take a BMI test, I will have a body fat percentage. I am not looking to not be fat. That's not what I didn't want that. So I was never able to achieve it, because it was something that it wasn't successful for me. because I don't want to be someone with 0% body fat, all bulked up, shredded up, and going to the gym like that every day. That's not something, even to this day, I don't want that. And I love working out. However, what I do want, I want to be someone with a healthy weight. I want to be able to hike the Mayan ruins if I ever get the chance again. I want to be able to run up flights of stairs without huffing and puffing for air. Those are things that I want. Those are things that I can measure, I can gauge, and I can become successful at obtaining. And so, like, that is the really big difference right there. If you want to change all the problems in your life, and I focus on 3 areas: health, happiness, and wealth. Health, happiness, and wealth. Sorry. Those are the 3 areas I focus on. If you change your attitude around any of those areas, your life will change for you also. And so I hope you got some value from this, and that was for today's study material, and I will see you tomorrow.